Space, the one subject that had humans puzzled since the beginning of time. There were so many myths about what space really is. Just like many were sure that the Earth is flat, or that the Moon is a giant ball of cheese. But those myths were trampled upon with the introduction of technology and evolution. We finally discovered that Earth was, in fact, round. With the invention of telescopes, we were even able to stare into outer space. And then, in the 1950s, NASA was founded. This space agency is not just responsible for sending satellites, probes, rovers, and spacecraft into orbit, but also responsible for sending astronauts into outer space. Sure enough, there were loads of malfunctions and mission failures on the road to breaking through the barriers of Earth. But NASA has pushed beyond those barriers to get the results needed. These missions are what have helped us understand space today. In this video, we have picked 10 space missions that helped pioneer discovery. Keep watching Served Hot TV to find out which ones they are. Pioneer. Since we're talking about pioneering discovery, let's start with the Pioneer spacecraft. Pioneer 10 marked the first of many things in space history. It became the first to pass by the asteroid belt, get close to Jupiter, and charted its radiation belts. It even located the planet's magnetic field, which helped confirm Jupiter is majorly a liquid planet. Pioneer 11 discovered small moons and a new ring around Saturn. While both these crafts ended their missions in the 1990s, Pioneer 10 carries a gold plaque that describes what humans look like, our location, and the date of the mission. The last we heard about it, the craft was heading toward the red star Aldebaran, estimated to get there in about 2 million years. Voyager 1 and 2. These were launched a few years after the Pioneer expeditions. They too explored Jupiter, detecting volcanic activity on Jupiter's moon Io, and studied Saturn's rings. Voyager 2 had its mission extended to Uranus, where it discovered the planet was lighter than astronomers thought it was, and Neptune, where it identified 10 new moons. Both these crafts have entered interstellar space. It is estimated the Voyager crafts will continue transmitting information for as long as 2025. Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe, aka WMAP, has helped turn speculations by astronomers into a precision science. It was launched with the idea of studying the universe to determine the approximate origin of the Big Bang. The craft was also able to predict the density of atoms in space and when the first stars started to shine. To add to the list of discoveries, the WMAP confirmed the possible existence of dark matter and dark energy. Spitzer Space Telescope. Even telescopes are sent to space, such as the Spitzer Space Telescope. It is done as the telescope detects infrared light, which has a longer wavelength as compared to visible light. This infrared light gets blocked while entering Earth's atmosphere, making it difficult for it to function effectively. In space, the telescope functions perfectly and therefore was launched to study the early universe. It has also detected light from a planet outside our solar system, which was a huge discovery at the time. After it ran out of coolant, the spacecraft was reassigned to its warm mission, where it studied the stretching of the universe. It also characterized asteroids and the atmosphere of far-off gas giants. The craft was decommissioned recently on January 20, 2020. Hubble Space Telescope. The telescope is named after an astronomer, Dr. Edwin Hubble. Since capturing its first image on May 20, 1990, the telescope has taken pictures of stars, planets, even galaxies that are over 13.4 light-years away from our solar system. The Hubble telescope is a great source of information, allowing astronomers to publish over 15,000 scientific papers. This space legend will continue to transmit data for about 20 years more. Chandra Xray Observatory. While most observatories affix to the ground, the Chandra Xray Observatory isn't. Similar to other space telescopes, Chandra is designed to capture X-ray images of environments in space that help astronomers understand the evolution of the universe and how it is structured. The Chandra X-ray Observatory is so powerful that it can detect sources 20 times fainter than previous telescopes. The gigantic lens in space has even detected data of a crushed star left behind following a supernova after remnant observations of Cassiopeia A. Spirit and Opportunity. The rovers landed on Mars in 2004 on opposite sides of the red planet. They were sent with a mission objective of 90 days to conduct field geology and observe the planet's atmosphere. But the rovers functioned way beyond the time assigned and explored craters and previously unexplored hills. They even found evidence that showed Mars once had liquid water. Spirit went offline in 2010, while Opportunity lost contact in 2018. Cassini Huygens. A joint venture by NASA, the ISA, and the ESA, Cassini Huygens studied Jupiter for 6 months in the year 2000 before making its way to mission destination Saturn. The craft reached its destination in 2004, taking pictures of the planet's rings, moon, even monitoring its climate patterns. Cassini became the first craft to examine Saturn and its moon in detail, before descending into the planet's atmosphere. Meanwhile, the Huygens probe detached from its parent craft for a journey of Saturn's moon, Titan. Where it landed in 2005, the probe studied and transmitted data of Titan's atmosphere and surface composition. Viking 1 and 2. These two crafts were sent to Mars to search the planet for signs of life. Viking 1 became the first man-made object to soft land on the red planet. The first craft landed at Chryse Planitia on August 7, 1976, while Viking 2 touched down at Utopia Planitia on September 3rd in the same year. With the help of a robotic arm and a biological laboratory, Viking 1 performed the first Martian soil sample. They never found signs of life, but the probes were able to characterize Mars as a cold planet. It also identified volcanic soil and a thin, dry CO2 atmosphere. There was evidence it had ancient riverbeds and flooding in certain areas. The probes functioned for over 5 years. These landers collected about 4,500 close images, while the orbiters collected over 50,000 photos of the red planet, mapping over 97% of its surface. We saved the best for last. Do you remember the words spoken by Neil Armstrong?
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Apollo spacecraft was the first lineup of crafts that carried astronauts to the moon. The first Apollo landing was carried out in 1969, while the last was in 1972. A total of 12 astronauts walked on the moon during these missions, carrying out scientific research during their time there. And that brings us to the end of our list of 10 space missions that have pioneered discovery. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching Served Hot TV.